Hi, everybody. Okay, now this one is a bit of a sticky one, it's about how do you deal with people making negative comments about like your skin color or your culture and stuff like that. How do you deal with that? Okay, now I'll tell you how I used to deal with it, which is how I shouldn't have dealt with it. When I was in school, my secondary school, pretty much I was one of, I think about three black guys in my year. I was one of them. Everyone else was of the same race. Okay. So I remember I remember every day it was somebody would make some sort of comment to do with skin color or race. I remember specifically there was, what was that thing called with Alf Garnett? There was a character called Alf Garnett, and it was basically it was a TV show. This guy had a neighbor who was black, and the neighbor was gay as well, and he made all these negative comments about him. And then there was another movie called Blazing Saddles, where the sheriff comes into a town and he's black sheriff, and everyone else in the town is of a different race, and he's coming into this town telling them, "I'm the new sheriff." And every time something like that came out on TV, people in my school would learn different words. And then most of the time it was the N word, then there were other words which they would come at me with. And every time I retaliate with this here, fist of justice. So it was like bang, automatic reaction. I would strike back whenever I heard a negative comment that was to do with color of my skin. Obviously, that was the wrong way to deal with it, okay? And eventually, as I got out of school, I realized that the best way to deal with it is just to walk away. Because a lot of it it's just ignorance. It's just ignorance. People like to say the things that they feel are going to get at you the most. And so ignorantly they say that. It doesn't mean someone says a negative comment towards you and it's about the color of your skin. It doesn't mean that they're out, with white robes over their heads and burning crosses and making nooses. It just means that they're trying to get at you. I remember being in a situation in a club where there are these guys, I'm not going to say what country they were from, but they were all rugby scrumming on the dance floor. I came and I said, "Guys, look, calm down, you're bumping into people." Immediately they all turned on me. Now I was the head doorman of this club. So they all turned on me and then they end up having to call more security, got into a bit of a scuffle, we end up kicking these guys out. Argument breaks out on the door, a bit more of a scuffle. And then one of my colleagues on the security was from the same country as them, and he comes and starts speaking to them in their language, telling them, "Look, hey, calm down, calm down." And he explains to them that, "Look, I was his head doorman, and I'm a nice guy, I didn't, there's no need to make trouble, blah, blah, blah." The first thing they did, they looked at him and they said, "Hold on, wait, you work for him," they said to him. "So hold on, you're one of us and you work for him." Now what they meant is that you're one of us and you're working for this black guy. This black guy should be working for you. And they slapped him. They turned on the guy from their own country because he was working for me. Not that I saw it that way. In the security world, we all work together. But because I was the head of security, they saw it that he was working for me. And they turned on him. And their anger was no longer directed at me. It was now directed at him. And that just baffled me. Now, they didn't say one negative comment which was anything to do with skin color, but I could see that these guys truly had a hatred for black people. They had a true hatred for them, even though they didn't say one negative comment. They turned on the guy from their own country because he worked for me, which just, that's mad to me. That just baffled me. But then you have all other people, you know, in music and culture, and as they speak, using the N-word. Yeah, what's up, my N-word, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, a lot of people, ignorant people, would hear that word and they, what are you saying that word for? Boom. But they're not the ones who are saying anything negative about someone's skin color. They're the ones who are trying to bond. You know, they're a bit ignorant in the way they're doing it, but they're not in here, they're not saying anything truly negative. They're not feeling anything negative towards someone because of their skin color. The people who I've experienced, who I came across, who are feeling that way inside, they actually didn't say anything that was, you know, negative towards my skin color. Is about their actions towards the other guy that showed me that that's how they feel. So when it comes to comments, in conclusion, walk away. It's just talk. It's just talk. People just want to say whatever they can to really, you know, hit you hard here. They want to wind you up. So it's not coming from here. It's not coming from inside. It's just coming from here. They're strategically trying to upset you. It's not necessarily what they believe in here in their hearts. It's what they're trying to upset you with strategically by saying certain things. So walk away from it. You mean, I often ask my students, do they experience anything like this? And often it's no. But I experience it so much in school. So if you experience this kind of thing, please let me know in the comments. You know, I'd be interested to hear if anyone else has experienced any negative comments towards the color of their skin, because a lot of people, to me, it just seemed so bad. It seemed everywhere when I was growing up. But now, when I speak to people, it's more, London's become so multicultural. Am I right in saying it happens a lot less now? Well, let me know, you know. You comment, I'm in the comments, you know, I'll get back to you. I'll try my best to answer the comments. On the Aikidoflow channel, we've got so many comments, it's often hard to answer everybody. But here, small channel, at least I'll be able to read the comments and get back to people. So I'll try my best to do that. So make a comment and we'll carry on discussing this in the future. Take care.